Uh, Good evening, everyone. We welcome Ishan Kumar Kaler. He is a third year undergrad doing his bachelor's in computer science. He got selected in Gsoc 2021, working for Data, where he developed a dual channel general MIDI compatible polyphotonic synthesizer library. I know, it's a mouthful. Today, he will talk us through his journey, what it takes to achieve his highly sought after certification, and answer some of our questions regarding Gsoc. So, so now you can stream.
Yeah. Hi, Kapil. Thanks for the intro. Today I'll be going through the GSOC and telling you more about what the program really is and what the things you should do. And I'll probably not, there's no specific roadmap to GSOC. I'll probably telling you about what the program really is and what the things you should do and what things you should avoid, like which are not good. So I'll be streaming right now. Just a second. So Kapil, can you confirm that you can see the
Yes,
slides?
sir. So we can see your slides.
Yeah, cool. So I'm Ishan Kumar Kaler. I did my GSOC 2021 in the summer of 2021 more precisely. So uh, I'll today be briefly going through what the GSOC is and what like the projects are in GSOC and what it takes to do it. So GSOC is the program that is held in the summer of every year. It is openly funded by Google to promote open source contributions. And the main thing about GSOC is various open source programs and organizations apply to it, and they propose a list of idealist of proposal idealist, and you can also propose your own improvements or projects in them uh, with discussion in the community. And during the course of the summer, that is the coding period, you have to basically implement the project. So why the main question arises, why do we even do GSOC? So the first thing is that it opens you in the new world of open source, and there's a lot of open source organizations right there. So GSOC helps you, gives a boost uh, to to meet up with the community members out there in an organization. For example, like if you are interested in web development, so there are plenty of organization out there where you can develop that do web development like in JavaScript and stuff like that. So so I'll be going through more in depth about GSOC. So GSOC basically, there are list of organizations, and you have to according to your interest, you have to choose one organization. So the interest may vary, and uh, in yeah. So I'll be going through what are the changes in 2022. So GSOC has been a program which has been running for a while, and the changes in 2022 have been tremendous. Like in 2020, there was a full 3 months coding period was there, which was running around full 3 months of the summer. In 2021, there were changes that were the coding periods were reduced to only 12 weeks, and Correspondingly, the stipend was also reduced. Now the changes in 2022 one is that they support both medium and large projects, and uh, medium projects are 12 weeks and large projects are 22 weeks. So large projects are only approved with the help of their mentor. So the changes, the major change in 2022 is that previous year GSOC was open to only university graduates, and but now the GSOC is open to anyone who is studying, who is 18 plus. So it doesn't matter who or where you are from. So people from various aspects of life can contribute it, even if they are doing a regular engineering job, or they are doing career changes and stuff like that. So open source becomes more open in general. So this consecutively means that there will be more open source contribution in GSOC. So the main question that arises: what are the prerequisites for GSOC? So the main prerequisites are, the fundamental prerequisites is that you need to know Git, because a lot of code is hosted on GitHub or GitLab. So you need to know Git to contribute to the organization, and a programming language related to the stuff, related to the organization you're contributing. It may be JavaScript, it may be C++, it may be Python, depends on your organization. And the project related knowledge, so it may be about compilers, it may be about graphic rendering, distributed computing, audio programming. The stuff depends upon the project that you are going to implement. So how do we find a project? So finding a project isn't straightforward. It takes a lot of time to find the project you really want to implement. So the first task is basically finding the organization that suits you, like the organization that you are really interested in. So you can view through the organization list in the past GSOC year. So there are a list of organizations, and you can glance through them. You can view their idea list, the past year idea list, and in the coming few days, since it's February, there will 2022 idealists will also be released by the organizations. Some of them have already released, so you can have a check through them, that you are interested in this project idealist, and you want to like implement it through the course of GSO. So the community bounding period is basically just after your proposal has been accepted. So it should be later, but yeah. So the main thing about is that you first, how do I approach an organization that I selected some organization, X organization. How do I even approach it? So what we do is, we have uh, every organization has its own IRC chat or a mailing list server, so you can directly interact with the community there. So the so basically, like the main thing is, don't just go and spam there like, I'm XYZ, I'm doing BTech my here, and I want to contribute this. So spamming this on tens of communities will won't help. So the main prerequisite, I think, is to uh, go find an organization that you are really interested in, and just go and read their contributor guidelines first. So there are contributor guidelines that they have mentioned in each of their Git repository or their wiki page. And once you have you have basic understanding of how the organization and how their coding structure is like, at least you have to, before you introduce yourself to the community, you should have at least built the dev version of their, you have basically have built the dev version of their client. So that's it. So if you are like spamming on uh, tens of mailing list servers, like I know JavaScript, I know Python, I know this, and I'm interested to contribute, so they will definitely route you back to the contributing page where their list, where they have mentioned how to contribute to the organization. So
Sir,
the
if you
next,
are comfortable in Hindi, so you can speak to in Hindi also.
yeah, no, cool, I'm comfortable.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Cool. uh so how do we write proposals? Writing proposal is, I talked about proposals in a little while. So yeah, proposals, in proposal we have to write 10 things about like introduce yourself, detailed project description. I won't read through the points, you can go through. So the writing proposal is like a key point to get selected in Gsoc. So you have to write the proposal in the most detailed way possible. So like consider it, don't like be shy about writing something or not. You have to like write everything that you know about the project. And in the proposal you have to like break the project into parts, like you have to break the proposal uh, into week schedule that you how we'll be implementing during the course of the coding period. So you will be doing uh, how you will be doing the project, and so that the mentor can go through the project details as the coding period moves on. So the first part of a proposal might be introduction to yourself, who you are, what you're doing, and the second part would be detailed project description, what your project is and how you will be implementing it. Then the third part would be how would you be breaking down your the project during the coding period. So this is I think the most important part of your project. And because this not only assures a mentor that you can complete the project, but also helps you to boost your confidence that you will have a well defined structure of your timeline, and you can do the XY things in the first week, or what you will do in the second week and stuff like that. And potentially you can write about open source contributions and projects you have made that gives a good vibe to the mentor or the organization members that you are reading a project. Addition information varies, and the proposal structure also varies. So there is also individual proposal structures according to the organization. They want some specific details, like some of them wants to know if you have previously participated in JSOC or some other key information, uh, just to know about yourself. So the fourth point, I mean fifth point, might be mandatory. So yeah, it's some organization it is mandatory, some organization it is not. So the main thing about proposal writing is this only. um, cool. So things to do versus things to not to do. So the main thing is to contribute right away, like and the things you have to do is once you have like done some contribution in the organization, like have one to PR merged, so you have to like discuss the project with the mentor. So discussing the project with the mentor is a very crucial thing, because it helps you like get feedback from the mentor itself or the community. about your project proposal. So once before the deadline, so just when the deadline is approaching, you should submit your project proposal, and then ask for feedback, like how, like, you have written submitted the proposal, and you should ask the corresponding mentor or the community members to review your proposal. So they'll give you a detailed, uh, not detailed, but they'll give you a brief idea of what you are doing wrong in proposal, or what things could you additionally write to make your proposal excel. So uh, this is a very crucial point to improve your proposals. And you could additionally propose new projects also. So there are many students who do a different variety of projects. So you can project new proposal, discuss in community, and they'll give you very good feedback. So that's it. Things not to do. Things not to do is, the main thing is to not just uh, spam around and directly DM the mentors about ki, so sir, I want to do this and please help me. So that doesn't help. That doesn't even look good. So the second thing is, uh, don't just submit proposals blindly. Like, even if you write a very good proposal and you submit it without having zero community interaction, and without even discussing or reviewing the project with the mentor, it's very highly likely that your project proposal would be rejected. uh, uh, the main reason is because the community bonding is a very crucial aspect of GSOC. So there, the main aim of the thing is, main purpose of this GSOC program is to introduce you to community, not just write just code and push it to the GitHub or Git repository and just merge it. So that's a important aspect also. But the second most important aspect is to introduce with the community members and have an uh, have an equally chat, so that you can even further contribute to the organization. So that's it. Yeah.
So could you switch on your video?
Yeah, I think just, yeah, I was, I think so. Yeah, so now that we have a detailed explanation about what we have to do in GSOC, so this is not specifically a roadmap. So there's just a, yeah. So the things you do might vary according to organization, and there's a specifically some points that help you improve your chances of being selected. So what like how do I be confident that if I get selected, I would be able to complete my project? So many of them, even the selected students, have this doubt in their mind that they will not be able to complete their project, or the project is too tough. So the success rate of the project after being the proposal has been expected is 85% plus. So it's a pretty good number. Um, some of people, like, potentially draw project for some reason, and some of them like are rejected by the mentors due to uh, wrong communication between them, or if they are properly not working according to their timeline. So the main problem sometimes happens is that project may be too large to implement. So during the course of the time. So this year breakthrough changes is that they now support large projects again, 22 weeks. So the if you are potentially unable to complete in 12 weeks, so the mentor can extend it to 22 weeks, and you get the corresponding stipend also increased. So thank you for listening me patiently. If you have any questions, you can let me know, Kapil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, could you briefly also explain open source projects, sir, because there are many first year students also here.
Uh, yeah, open source projects are basically, how do we define open source? So basically, there is some code openly available in a repository online, in a Git system like GitHub or GitLab. So you, there are some people who are open, like contributing to the project, like they're not paid for it. Like open source projects are openly funded. They are sponsored. Some projects are sponsored, but they are people contribute to the project as not part of their regular life. So example, all of the many good libraries are open source and softwares are open source. Second. So in fact, you can have a go through the list of the open source projects in past GSoC archive. Open source like Python is open source. My own organization, per data, is open source, and there are pretty enough organizations that you can contribute. So open source projects, the the projects inside open source projects in GSoC are also of a wide variety, type of wide variety. Like once I also saw a student who made a game as part of the GSoC project. So the yeah, sorry for that. So the main thing about that is, the projects are of a wide variety. So it lies all upon your interest, in which organization you want to contribute to. So that's it.
And sir, how and where to find these projects?
Yeah, the projects can be found in the GSoC website. They have an archive, and they have uh, organizations. Setup is a little messy here. Or maybe I'll just turn off my camera.
Okay, sir.
Sorry for that. I don't know. My stand is not working today well. Uh, the problem is, yeah. So you can find the projects in the past. Like maybe I should show you only. Wait a second. That would be better. So yeah. So this is the GSoC website. So in this, when you go to the past programs, you see the list of past programs here. So this is 2021, 2029, 29, 27, like that. If you go to 2021, you see the list of all open source organizations here. So there are a lot of organizations, uh, around 202. So you can categorize them based on your, like if you want to do in web, and you can find this. For example, if you want to contribute to Django, so in you can see the idealist over here. So you can see the projects over here that the people have done in 2021, and you can see the idealist over here. So in the past, everyone has an idealist organizations. So in the February, the organization of 2022 will be also be released. So they will be having the similar in the similar way. So they'll be having their 2022 idealist. So you can go through them and see what projects you are interested in and just go right through it. The the main the thing that I would be recommending is like contribute to the organizations that have been part in GSOC previously, like at least 2 3 times, because the mentors have a good understanding of the project about the GSOC program, and they can give you better feedback during the course of GSOC. Yeah. Any other question? Kapil?
So, as a newbie, how you started, and could you explain your journey to this GSOC and your projects if you can also?
Yeah. So basically, uh, the everything I told, I did the same way. So I went through the GSOC website. I went through the past organizations. I skipped through a lot of organizations and saw which project I'm interested in. And I particularly found per data interesting because my interests lie within audio processing, and uh, typically I found that project very interesting to me because I had some inclination towards synthesizers, and particularly had worked with before. So I thought that project would be interesting to me, and just went through that and contacted the mentors regarding the project. So I want to do this project. I have some XYZ, like uh, I want to do this. I am planning to do this way. I submitted a proposal, so they gave me feedback that you should tell about other things. How would be implementing during the course, more project details, and I specifically wrote them and just got selected. So it's not a big deal. The main thing is to just go through it. Like I'd already told there are no such harsh prerequisites that you should only think you should be like willing to contribute to the organization and to the project to energy. So uh,
So, what is your main takeaway from GSOC, and what advice can you give to those of us who are just starting now out?
yeah, so the main takeaway is like GSOC is a very good program. Like it not only helps you to get about open source contribution, it teaches you many aspects about software development also. So it teaches you Git, it teaches you about build systems or maybe some other aspect of software development. So just doing, if you like, just you are unsure if you don't want to do it for open source, do it for the learning purpose. So GSOC helps you learn a lot of things like that you can learn otherwise also, but it's a good platform to learn.
So, is it better to take past in first year or second year in GSOC?
Yeah, so in first year is it's a little tough, I must say. So proposals get rejected in first year. Uh, it's not a thing to worry about. Uh, you should definitely try in first year. Like it will only help you boost your knowledge. For example, if you are contributing to Python, you'll anyway get to know about the code base of the Python, or you'll indeed boost your knowledge about the specific organization. It will also help you knowing about git systems and stuff like that. So in the next year you'll probably be 100% more confident, like why I got rejected in first year and this time I won't be doing the same thing again. That's it. uh, Definitely you should apply in first and second year, even third year. Why not? Rejection is a part of life.
So, sir, what was your life before and after clearing GSoC? How it changed and all?
So like there's no magic in GSOC, right? uh, Pretty much it's same. It just teaches you things about open source and software development. That's it. It doesn't bring a sudden change in your life. Like uh, being a part of GSOC won't help you get in Google. So so that's it. I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any more questions or should we end?
No, sir, no more questions.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
there was question. So, how to select a mentor uh, out of these many?
No, like you don't select a mentor, you select a project. For example,
Yeah.
if you let's choose a random organization out there, like for example, Textile. Okay, so you have the just a second. Yeah, so there's Textile 2021 IT projects. So in this we have a list of the projects that they have purposely proposed that student can do during the GSOC. So like if upgrade Java grammar from this to this. So I don't know about and LR2 or LR4. So basically I just Google it and know about what this is and what this library is and just go through it. So there is a list of mentors over here. So propose there are like mentors that can be potential mentors. Like all of them might not be your mentors during the GSOC period, but some of them might be. So they will potentially be reviewing your proposals, and you, as I said, you should not directly DM the mentors about your GSOC proposals. You should submit the proposal. You can submit the proposal in the uh, GSOC web page. Uh, Website, and you can submit draft proposals there well advanced before the GSOC deadline is there. So once you submit the draft proposal, you can request a feedback from the community members or mentors, whoever are in the community. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your time. I think you have covered a lot about GSOC, and it was a very informative session for all of us.
uh, thank you for being thank you, Kapil, and the person who all of them who were listening patiently. Thanks.
Yeah.